Hi and welcome to Man vs Film. I'm going to be doing a Blu-ray review for Mad Max.
Man vs Film.
In case you didn't know, Mad Max is exploding onto the screens this weekend and the reviews are absolutely universally fantastic for this movie. It's something I'm so excited to see. I'm seeing it tonight and I can't wait. So I've been binging on the Mad Max trilogy. I picked up the fancy Mad Max petrol can, gas canister type box set, and you know, it's been a while since I've seen these movies and I just wanted to jump straight in. So we'll start off with Mad Max. Mad Max was filmed in 1979 by George Miller. He had done a couple of shots before that, but this was basically his big move. He got it financed himself. He just wanted to blow shit up. How can you not celebrate somebody that just wants to blow stuff up? It's fantastic. Now Mad Max is heavily dated. It looks like something from the 70s. The action isn't fantastic. The acting is pretty atrocious across the board with the exception of Mel Gibson, who does particularly well. But yet the movie's still fun, it's still enjoyable, it's still something I would actually revisit again. It's been a while since I've seen it, and you know what, it's better than I expected. The story of Mad Max is some near time in the near future, society's kind of disintegrated a little bit. Roving gangs have taken over parts of the land and there's a police force that pretty much tries to take down any criminals through vehicular manslaughter. Max is one of these police officers, and during a particularly exciting action sequence at the start of the movie, kills this man called the Knight Rider. Now the Knight Rider has this gang of family of friends who decide to take revenge for their friend's death, and they come into town and they just cause sheer havoc, abusing and destroying locals' lives, raping, pillaging just their way through until they can get to Max. Now Max has a wife and a small child, and stuff happens, and that's the rest of the kind of plot. I don't want to spoil anything for you, but some of the things that really I liked about the movie is the low budget action. Because it's such low budget, it's all done practically. There's no special effects in this whatsoever, so what you see on screen is what actually happened, and there's some total destruction of vehicles and it is exciting to watch. Unfortunately, it gets to the sort of storyline parts and that kind of tapers down the enjoyment of the movie, the pacing of the movie. One of the things that I wasn't really too sure about is the fact that they're all wearing leather. It's like something out of a BDSM club or something like that. It's just, the strange costume designs are just a little bit too wacky for me, but it adds to the aesthetic of the movie. Now, you read the blurb on this movie and you think, oh, that sounds quite interesting, but this movie came out in 1979, so I'm going to spoil some of it for you. Like it says in the blurb, it says that Max goes for vengeance after his family is murdered. Now, the only problem with this is, in this 90-minute movie, his family doesn't die until the 75th minute. So it's an origin movie that takes a while to get going. Most of the acting is a little bit below par. Mel Gibson is really good, and the toe cutter is excellent as well. He's the main villain of the piece. There's a sense of unease around all of the characters. You could feel that things could go awry at any moment. You don't feel like anybody's particularly safe, which adds to the movie. Even at the end, when Max is fighting off the toe cutter and the rest of the gang, he gets run over. He gets his kneecap shot out. He gets damaged. You've got a feeling that he may not survive this, and because it's a low budget movie with no star names on it at the time, there's a feeling that anybody could go, and that adds a little bit more tension to the movie. Now if you haven't seen Mad Max, I would absolutely go and see it. Do you have to see it to see the new one? Not at all, but it's a fun movie to experience, to see where George Miller got his start, to see where Mel Gibson got his start. Explosions, crashing cars, noise. It's a fun movie, and I'm going to give it 3.5 out of 5 stars. I enjoyed watching it, and I probably will go back and watch it again at some point. I will see you next time on Man v Film.